Okay, Agata, how are we doing?
Great.
Ah, bro, fantastic. I love hearing that. When you say great, it's almost like I'm excited already for the upcoming competition. So I'm gonna go straight to it. So this is probably the third time I'm having you here. So this is one of course, for our listeners, this is our Sheffield series number 4. This is episode number 4. We have got Akata. So champion of champions. How does it feel to be called champion of champions?
It feels great. I love it. I I hope I can stay in this position for as long as possible.
So basically, what you're saying is you hope you can start winning Sheffield year in, year out.
I mean, why not? That would be great. Who wouldn't want that?
Mate, that's. I'm laughing because if there's any person that can do it, it's you. Funny laugh. Do you know what I mean? Oh, great. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the whole Sheffield storyline, right? Pretty much, we've had 3 Sheffields, and you've been. No, we've had 2 Sheffields,
True.
and you've been to both of them. And this is the third one we're going. You're gonna be to the third one. How does it feel already? Like coming to making 3 Sheffield, you're already making history, let alone winning, right? Because if you think in IPF, how many powerlifters we have out there? Thousands, and there's only 20 and 12 women and 12 men that can attend Sheffield, and every year you are there. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I love competing at Sheffield. It's just a whole other experience, with the crowd and all, and it just feels great. It's just like a tradition for me at this point. I hope I can keep it going for as long as possible because Sheffield is great. I recommend 10 out of 10.
I got to say, you heard that, ladies and gentlemen. I got to recommend Sheffield to everybody. It's a great place. So,
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's not just a recommendation. You guys have to win world.
easy.
She just said it's easy. So I mean, you have to come and beat Agatha to get her spot for Sheffield. So good luck. I'm gonna ask this. So again, of course, the first one was not as planned because I'm sure I can say you were injured. You
Yeah,
didn't go to this first Sheffield being 100%, and the second Sheffield, you did a madness. Right.
yeah.
Talk me through that madness. First of all, there's a few questions I have. In terms of the experience itself, from the first Sheffield to the second Sheffield, what did you experience that was different?
Definitely going into the meet, I was much more excited for the second Sheffield
Hmm.
because I knew what I came to do
Hmm.
and I knew that it would be a crazy performance. I was just happy that I was in shape, that I could perform and put on a show. Uh, Outside of that, I think they fixed a few like organization issues. I mean, just
Hmm.
felt a bit more smooth.
Hmm.
When you do something for the first time, there's always some issues that you
Yeah.
figure out while doing it. So yeah, there was that, and I think there were more people watching
Hmm.
on second Sheffield, so also a bigger crowd.
I mean, again, for a lot, second Sheffield, in this podcast, we did the Sheffield series for the first time. And yeah, that helped massively in terms of people. And then we did all these giveaways as well. The crowd just grew and grew and grew. So I want to get your opinion in terms of like, of course, you've been to the World Games, you've done a few World Championships, not even a few, you had multiple World Championships, equipped raw, genius, and open. You've been everywhere. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So on that Sheffield crowd, how is the experience? I'm asking because again, me, I've been a spectator for the past 2 years. This is the first time I'm going to step on that platform. How the experience has a lifter?
So I've heard some lifters say that when you first go out on the scene, it feels a bit overwhelming when you see all those faces, all those people. But to me, I don't know, I just love it. Now when I compete at other meets like Worlds or like I don't know Arnold's, it just something feels off. because I don't have this huge crowd screaming at me and all, and it just kind of doesn't feel like a big competition anymore because I'm so used to what Sheffield is doing. And yeah, to me, it just I don't know. It's hard to explain. You just have to go there and experience this yourself because it's really crazy when you go out, when you see this many faces, when you hear all of them screaming at the same time. It's so loud, it's so electric, it's amazing. I love it.
I mean, what impact those, because especially the first Sheffield, you said you were not in shape, and the second Sheffield, of course, you went in and you did what the madness you did, right? It means like you won the second Sheffield. What impact that has had in you as a powerlifter, not just life in general, because of course the paychecks changes life. So in terms of like as a powerlifter, what impact that win has had on you?
It definitely gave me a lot of confidence in that I can do those things. I'm not just like trying to be the best. I can be the best. I can do like just do those crazy things that people think are impossible and just keep pushing boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that also gave me confidence going into worlds because coming off a big win like that, it just, I felt unstoppable. And so, yeah, just like that.
I'm sure. Let me ask you this. Probably you do track it probably better than me. At Sheffield, of course, you hit 600 as a 69, and your GL point was, I think, 123 point something.
Yeah,
So I'm sure at that point you had the highest GL point in the women's side.
I think I still do.
So I mean, that's what I said. You track it better than me because because again, what happened? The madness happened at the World Championship. I thought maybe the likes of Sonita or so someone is ahead. So how do you feel knowing you are the best female powerlifter of all time in
As
terms of
before,
GL point?
I love it. I want to stay there for as long as possible. And I actually hope I will beat that score by a lot at this year's Sheffield because the plans are ambitious.
Whew. So I mean, talking about it, right? Let me not jump ahead and talk about this year's Sheffield because you probably have got some news for me. This is won't be a rumor, by the way. This will be straight news. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
We're not gonna do the rumors here. So of course you won the Sheffield last year. You did what you did with the 69. That was probably one of the best competition we've ever seen in terms of battle between you, Leah, and Carola. And again, we did a podcast here when you said, I'm going for 600. You were honest from the beginning. You were telling people, I am going for 600. Do you know what I mean?
no one
So
believed me.
I did because I ran a podcast and then I look at your numbers. I'm thinking, yeah, especially when you did girls' power, when you have to drink water for you to hide your body weight. I was just like, yeah, she's gonna smash it.
But you remember who you chose to in Sheffield?
Yeah, I know. I know. I
Mm,
know.
mm,
I
mm.
know. I know. I know. And yeah, sometimes I have to eat my words, isn't it? I mean, again, as you said, like ambitions. Ambition is something is really, really huge when it's come to these powerlifting meets because competition don't always go as we plan, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, because at that time when you were saying 600, I was just thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, man, this girl, she's still young. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I
I
mean?
mean,
It's,
to be fair, I wasn't sure if I believe in it 100%. I was just
oh,
like, I'm gonna go for 600. And then
oh,
I'm like, am I really
thank
gonna go
God.
for 600?
The
But
same
yeah,
with us. So thank you very much. So I was not just like a prick, a dick that was doubting on you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So even yourself, you had that. So thank you, Lord. So, but reality is, it was no fluke. Do you know what I mean? Because the numbers you were doing in training and what you did at that comp is just like, yeah, everyone could see it. I'm gonna go back in terms of like the World Championship. You did Sheffield as a 69. You trash everybody. Right, you did. You know, I mean, that percentage, I don't think that percentage we're ever going to see that type of percentage again. Probably the only person that can do that percentage is Agata herself. Right. So leading to world, you knew you were going up as a 76 against Carlina. What changed in your prep going up weight class compared to your prep to Sheffield? Hi, Mo.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me fine?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
good.
Apologies for joining. Jurins has a wonderful habit of giving last minute podcast notice. So
At least he showed up this time.
I mean, when you have good superstars like Agata, you need to work around their time, not just my time. But anyway, talking about it, Agata, so what was the change in your training leading to World against Carolina, then Sheffield with 69?
So the biggest change is that we went back to SBD 6 times a week. It wasn't just because I was going up a weight class. We were just kind of like talking with my coach about another lifter, and he said that he brought their frequency on bench up, and his technique got much better. And I mentioned that when I was doing SBD 6 times a week, my technique on both squats and deadlifts was much better than it is now. It felt much more like consistent. And I was like, maybe we should try doing SBD 6 times a week again and see what happens. Like my back is fine and all. And he was like, okay, let's try. And that was the biggest change. I feel like it helped a lot.
Mo, I know
So
you have a question there, right? 6 time a week SPD leading to World.
I mean, I have a more important question. It's about bench because my
Go on.
bench is terrible. How do you deal? So I know the frequency is 6 times a bench. How do you organize your training around that? Do you have primary days, or is it just a case of you have a weight your like one day is really important, or the rest are kind of just technique practice days, or everything like hovers around the same weight throughout the whole week?
so Monday is my primary day for all three lifts. So heaviest squat, bench, and deadlift. Then Tuesday is the easiest day of the week. Something like super easy, like 130 for squat, 100 for touch and go on bench, 160 for deadlifts, and then just kind of the rest is a bit mixed. So I have a heavy bench on Wednesday, then a heavy deadlift on Wednesday, some heavier squats on Saturday, and just like kind of mixed. Some easy here, some easy there. So it's not all heavy.
Hmm.
That's crazy. And then again, we could definitely say it worked for you because at
Yeah.
World we saw the results. But everyone who's listening to us, please, can you not do 6 days SPD a week? Don't.
I mean, I feel really good when training like this. I don't feel overtrained at all. I actually feel like I recover better because of those lighter days. They're just like, technique days and just to pump the blood in the muscles. It helps with recovery.
So would you say it's more about refining technique than rather than pushing your strength to get stronger? So I think like one thing that you find is probably you can bench 150, 155, 160, but it's just sometimes your technique feels inconsistent. So you're not necessarily aiming to bench more than that. You're just trying to refine your technique, get a consistent, I guess, tracking of how you're performing over the weeks, and then just repeat that on competition day. Is that the aim or
Yeah, plus more volume a little bit because once you add more days, you can just get more volume in. So this and this. It's a bit hard to say because I did go up a weight class at the same time when we went back to SBD 6 times a week. So I don't know how much of the strength that I gained came from that weight increase and how much from that, like what,
volume?
what we
Okay.
changed in my program. But I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Alright. I'm gonna ask a question in terms of like the World Championship itself because it's not really a recap here, but when you were going up against Carlina, when did you know that I got this in the bag?
Right when she failed her second squat.
Because you know she's a squatter, and
Yeah,
if she missed
she
one,
lost a lot of kgs there, and that fail looked like she wouldn't be able to get that on her third attempt, and that was like, at that point I knew that it also wasn't her day probably because if she's failing squats then that means something's off. So that was pretty obvious
I mean,
to
again,
me.
because again, when you're going up against people that have got squat as their bread and butter, because I'm not saying Carolina doesn't have a bench or doesn't have a deadlift, but you pretty much deadlift is pretty much the same, and your bench and her bench is just like miles apart, and it's only she can only gain her kilos on the squat. If
Yeah.
she comes out with one squat, I mean, we saw that with Leah. when she came out of one squat, pretty much all of us knew this is going to be a long day. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Yeah, because a lot of people will be thinking, oh yeah, but because she's a bit too confident. But the reality is a fact. A squatter, you can't come out of one squat when you're competing against the world best. You can't, even two squats is not enough. You know, we saw that with
No,
Russ.
it's a 9 for
Two
9 day.
squats is not enough. You know what I mean? Because powerlifting now, I mean, you guys can disagree with me. I'll be all right with it. But I think powerlifting now, especially in those higher competition, higher meet, you can't miss a lift. It's a 9 for 9 day. You know, in the past you can miss 2, 3 lifts, but now it's hard. It's a 9 for 9 unless you are Agata, of course, with the 69.
I mean, I also missed a squat at Worlds, but it was, the second was pretty close to my limit. We went up by 2.5 and failed it on strength. And I think when this is the situation, then it doesn't really matter. If you just hit your max on your second attempt, it doesn't matter that you failed your third, because you wouldn't have gotten more kgs anyways, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, to the younger lifters, please do not max out your score in your second. Don't listen to Agata. She's a different
I'm
lifter.
not saying that that's a smart thing to do, but I feel like people just focus too much on getting all the attempts. And some people actually lose because of this, because they go too light on squats and too light on bench to get all of their attempts. And then they have to pull something crazy for the win. And it's usually not within their reach, and they lose because of that. We've seen this a lot at this year's Worlds. So I feel like when you compete at this level, yes, you should aim to hit as many attempts as possible, but at the same time, you have to take the risk, because otherwise you're just leaving kgs on the platform, and another lifter is going to collect all of their kilos and they're going to win.
Yeah, you did that at Sheffield. You totaled 600 kilos. You just collected every single person kilos right there. So again, of course, fun enough, I've said this to a lot of, even at World, when I was talking to people, when you won against Carlina, I said to people, do you guys know, as much as she's the best female powerlifter that ever lived, but that's her first open world championship. Literally, you and Gustav did things like not normal people do. People win worlds first before Sheffield, but you guys have won Sheffield first and
Evie
world
did the
after.
same.
Huh?
Didn't Evie do the same?
Oh yeah, if you actually did
Yeah.
the same as well. So it's just crazy. Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking like, oh Lord. So the way now, if you win world, the percentage for you to win Sheffield is pretty much zero. So don't win world, probably you win Sheffield. So yeah, I'm saying to this, I'm talking about Austin Perkins and Jesus. So the percentage of winning Sheffield is harder now, right? So yeah, hopefully it's not like that.
Well, now that you've mentioned that, Agatha, but I know I'm jumping a bit forward. What are your plans for the next Sheffield? Because everyone kind of said you've done it all, really, at this point. You've won Sheffield, you've won World Games previously, you've done the 69s, you've done the 76s. What's the plan? We're 2, 3 months away now.
No, we got quite some
4?
time.
Yeah,
Okay,
4
then
or
fair enough then.
Yeah.
4 and something. Yeah, I'm going down to the 69s again. And in terms of total, we want something around 630, 635. So yeah, that's the plan.
You know what I just thought about? Yeah, I know this is so old. Like, Joey,
Yeah.
66 lifter.
So basically, you're comparing. Well,
Just for reference, the
that's
national
really.
66 record in GB is 645, 42.5.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
not
my goal
sure.
for the World Games then.
Jesus Christ. Oh mate, look, I'm speechless. I ain't got. Look, I was thinking of so many questions in my head, but when you just said that, I just feel like, you know what, fuck it, I might just go and watch Sheffield. You guys gonna be watching Sheffield, you have more fun. Us lifting. Just imagine her as going down. She's gonna be going down to the 69, hitting 630, 635. I mean,
That's crazy.
if you do that right, if you really hit, if it happens, you hit 630, 635 as a 69. I mean, who's gonna break that GL point? Who's gonna do that?
Me at words.
So basically, as in Sheffield, you're going down to a 69 to hit that stupid number you just said, because again, everywhere around the world, we know if there's anybody that can do madness, is you, right? And you're gonna do that madness in Sheffield in this year. I'm glad I'm not a woman. Jesus, thank you very much.
130 GL points.
Bro, who's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
hit 130? Who? You know what I mean? The only Agata can hit 130.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
days.
You know, and we're talking about if we go to dots. Mo, what's the dots there? We're talking about.
642.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, I think that would be I'm gonna use that as the start of this episode. So again, if you do Sheffield and hit 630, 635, what's the plan for world in Germany?
69.
You will stick at 69 in Germany.
Yeah, because Ryan talked me into this. So I'm gonna try to get the world title in 3 different weight classes. So I already have 76. Now I need 69 and then 81st.
So basically, you're basing your powerlifting future in what Ryan is saying. You know Ryan is retired, right? There's a reason why he's retired.
But you can't tell me that's not a good idea.
It's a valid point. She's won Sheffield. She's won World Games.
There's no way I can say that's not a good idea. Because me, I'm all about building legacy after you gone. And if you win 69, you have go already 76 and you win 84. I mean, even if powerlifting goes into the Olympics in the year 2050, people are still going to talk about you. Do you know what I mean? That's just incredible. We've had 2 weight class champions in Joy Namani, but a 3 weight class champion. I mean, is there any other girl that's won 2 world championship or 2 weight class world championship? Is there any apart from Joy
Didn't
and
Leah and Carola?
Leah. Yeah, Leah
They
and
both
No.
did
Carola.
63 and 69, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Or
no,
but
Carola's
no.
never won a world championship, or Leah's never won a world championship at 69. They've never
They
done it
have
at
because there was
69.
a year
No,
they
no,
missed
no.
each
Okay,
other.
Leah didn't. I think Leah didn't, but
They've
Carola
never.
last year, Carola won 63s last year and 69s this year.
Yes.
So Carola is the only one that's done it. You know,
Yeah.
Carola, Joy, and I think Kimberly Warford has done
Yeah,
70,
yeah.
74 and then 76, I think, if I'm right. Do you know what I mean? There's not many.
No.
There's not many.
Leah won Sweden 2021. She won
Oh, right.
63s.
Yeah,
And
Leah's
then
won.
she won in Malta 69. So that's
No.
2.
Yeah, last
Has
year
Leah
in
won
Malta.
in Malta?
Yes. How can you forget your boss's details? You're gonna be so fired after this.
I definitely am gonna be fired. So Leah won in Malta, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Shit, I'm fired. So Leah got 2 world title at 2
Yes.
different weight classes. You know the funny thing is, right? I mean, I'm really sorry, Leah, but when you talk about the likes of Corolla, Leah, the way we put them out there, it feels like they've won so many world championship. But Leah's only got 2, and Corolla's only got 2. That's not a lot, you know, compared to the likes of Amanda Lawrence and Kimberly Warford and Bonica. Do you know what I mean? When and Joy Namani or even Tiff, when you talk about these people, they've won 3, 4, 5 world champ titles. You know, and the bigger names of Leah and Corolla only 2. So Leah, you guys gotta have to get stronger because come on, 2 is just like yeah. I'm talking like this because I only got 1. I'm talking like a fucking legend. What the fuck?
And also Anatolia is one too. Anatolia is one in the 93s and 105.
That's
Yeah.
man.
So really doing 3 weight classes will be like a massive statement.
It's
That would-
crazy. That would
Especially-
be crazy.
Especially considering the level at which powerlifting is right now. So you're talking about almost the largest genetic pool, everyone's really dialed in to slap the 69, 76, and 84 was that. That's insane.
That's insane. I mean, talking about the 84, and I know there's a lot of banter has been going on between you and Amanda Lawrence, which is, again, I think I did listen to Amanda's interview when she did a world after the Oscar. But personally, in my opinion, everything Amanda said on that interview, she didn't say anything wrong. You know what I mean? She didn't throw any shade at anybody. She just spoke fact. She's been dominant since she's been there. She's waiting for a competition. And at the moment, the way the landscape is, anyone that moved to the 74 just come and fight for second. You know what I mean? And when she was saying, like, oh, like yourself, when you say you're going to go and give Amanda a competition, Amanda said, yeah, you guys are in the 613, 620. She's in the 645, and maybe she's aiming 650. Do you know what I mean? So you talking about I can't even talk about the number. The number you spoke about as a 69 at Sheffield, if you hit that, and then that match of Amanda Lawrence become real.
Yeah.
Is that the aim for you?
Yeah, partially. But we were thinking about these numbers just because we were like, talking about what's possible to do based on my world's performance and what would give me a chance to win again. So that's like, but also, yeah, if I can hit 630, then I think gaining 15 to 20 kilos after going up 2 weight classes will be within the reach.
So, I mean, you did the Euro Master Show, right?
Yeah,
You weigh in at 77 kilo point one.
including breakfast and my morning coffee.
Ah, shit. So okay, let's remove 2 kilos, right? Okay, you weigh in at 75, right? Let's just put 75. So you're now prepping to go to Sheffield, as you said, as a 69. So that means you would drop over what? More, you're the one, the math guy. Are we talking about 90 kilos here? Or so are we
What's
talking
this
about
for?
what? We're talking about Euro muscle 77 she was, and she's going
Yeah,
to 69. So we're talking about what? Is it 8
8
kilos?
kilos.
So
8.1 kilos.
so you're prepping, you're planning to drop 8.1 kilos, but still add about 20 kilo on your Euro muscle total.
12.
Is it
You
12 or
really
20?
are bad at math.
I'm really bad at math. Oh shit! You total 618. Oh,
Yeah,
18.5.
I was looking at the 613. That 613 was a word. Sorry, my
Yes.
bad, my bad. So you're planning to add 12 kilo on the Euro muscles.
yeah, why not?
I mean, it's feasible. So how we gonna split these 12 kilos? Can you enlighten me here?
I mean, first of all, I think it's possible because last year I dropped a weight class and hit a 10 kilo PB while being partially injured most of the prep because I've had a lot of lower back issues back then. And second, so the goal for each lift is for squat around 215,
Mhm.
bench 160. And, and I know I've said it a lot of times before, but this time I'm for real. And deadlift 255, I think. I think that's 630.
I think if you talk, okay, deadlift there, we're talking about 2.5 kilos there,
Yeah,
right? You're just gonna add 2. That is really realistic to add 2.5, especially when you lose body weight, your leverage get better. Do you know what I mean? So 250, 255, yeah. So the squats, we're talking about what? If you add on your max, you said what, 215, right? That's 7.5 kilos there.
5. I hit 210 at the Euro Muscle Show.
I mean, I was looking at world. Okay, 5 kilos.
I know.
And the bench is 4 kilos because you hit 156. Because I watched that 156. The way that 156 moved, the 160, you just fucked up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You could have get that
I did.
150, 60. Okay, let me go there. Can you explain how the fuck did you miss that 160? Because I was looking forward to that.
You know, oh no, a lot of weight. I'm scared. Oh.
So
I
was it
messed up the
because of you were
descent.
scared?
Probably a little bit of nerves. I rushed the setup. I messed up the descent, just didn't get the touch where I should, and just didn't go up.
160 kilos. And then talk to me through about when you, oh God, when you did that 170 Spoto, what was going on into your mind?
I don't know. I wasn't that happy about it because first I paused it higher than I usually pause my spotter press, and I pretty much didn't pause it, so it was like a board press without a board, but it was fun.
How much attention did you have from that 170? Because I kid you not, as soon as you post that, the amount of people that send me the post, have you seen what this girl's done? I was just like, for fuck's sake, this is Agata again. What the hell is wrong with you? How much attention did you get from that?
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it, surprisingly. Because, usually when people post a bench like that, a lot of people will only talk about their range of motion. And since it was a spoto and I arch a lot, it was not a lot of range of motion. But surprisingly, people were impressed and not complaining, so that was cool.
It's 170. Who's gonna complain about 170 kilos bench from a woman that is like what 69 or 76 kilos? That's insane. Do you
There's
know
just
what
a
I
lot
mean?
of like insecure people because even in my gym, there are quite a few like untested people that like train there. As soon as they saw the 170 spotter, they came on like, "What the hell was that guy? Like, who's this person?" I was like, "Yeah, that's a phenom we haven't tested powerlifting." So it's very insane, isn't it?
That's crazy. That's madness. I mean, let me ask you this a controversial question here in terms of like, because the level you are in, the madness you're doing in powerlifting, of course, you must be getting those shitty DMs saying people probably wondering you're on drugs. How do you respond to that?
I don't get DMs about that. I see some comments sometimes on YouTube, let's say, but I actually don't get a lot of comments like that, which is surprising.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
I think it's only you, Jurins. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, do you think? I mean, because I'm 30. Oh, come on, I'm 35 years old and winning world championships. You know, going to Sheffield as the oldest man on that platform. Come on, It's just-
Oh,
I
there's
would.
Tony.
No,
Tony's
Tony.
40,
No, no.
forty-one.
I mean, like this year, I'll be the oldest one out of on that platform. That is so fucked up. You know,
Oh, my
I mean,
days.
in terms of like I know you said you don't get DMs like that or comment like that, but again, to me, it's surprising because the madness you're doing, things that you're doing, if you don't get comment like that, that mean I don't know what's wrong with people out there. Because you're the one that should be getting comment like that on a daily basis.
I think
What the?
like when Future of Powerlifting posted like the little recap of my battle with Carlina,
Mhm.
someone did comment, "The roided monster won."
It's true.
It's
You was
like,
just a,
That's
okay,
wow.
that
That's wild.
thank you.
That's wow.
is crazy. That
Yeah,
is
people say
crazy.
stupid stuff. Just
Um,
ignore them on social media.
do you think the other thing as well, leading to World, when Carolina said, "Yeah, Agatha want to come back to 76, I'm ready. Come and get some." Do you think that is something that you held on to it and pushed you to just go like, "Yo, I'm gonna show you the real Agatha at World," or is it something you just ignored and laugh it off?
Was more like, we'll see. But like, I like listening to all those preview podcasts because they are motivating sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, me, I've learned my
Like
lesson. I've learned my lesson.
when I was listening to, I think, the Sheffield podcast with Leah, that shit motivated me to load 5 kilos on my squat top set and do it lighter than my previous set because I was like, I think she said that she thinks I will squat 190 or even less. I was like, this is wrong.
You know the funny thing when I did the podcast with Leah, it was just when I did the podcast with you, right? And then of
Right.
course me and you talk on the DM prison on the weekly basis, and we talk about training and all of that. And then I was trying to push Leah so hard on that podcast, and she literally got the bet. You know what I mean? You know, that's when she said like, "Oh yeah, 585, that would not save you." I was just like, damn. You know, and the funny thing is that it was not my place to say like, oh, Agatha said she's going for 600. Do you know what I mean? I wanted people to listen to the podcast so they can hear
Can't
it.
say it.
Do you know what I mean? So
I've
you know,
got two interesting questions, Agatha. One of them is, so you mentioned obviously you listen to podcasts, you like to see when people doubt you and like, it motivates you. So what would you say is your motivation for training? Like what do you draw on to keep on allowing you to push this standard so high? And what keeps you motivated when training?
Probably thinking about how it felt to win some of the competitions before. That feeling of accomplishment. I want to feel that again, so I'm gonna push myself to get there. The goals that I've set for myself for the future, that's another thing. Whenever I'm like, oh, I don't want to load more or something like that, I'm just like, just think about what you want to do. You can't be lazy. If you want to do that, you have to push yourself. And yeah, listening to podcasts.
That's good.
I
And
mean,
then yeah.
go on, Noah. Go on.
So I guess we can talk about that, then I'll ask my second question afterwards. So like let's break into what's your motivation, Jurins?
Me, it's what motivates me really is so strange, compared to other people. People get motivated by what other people have said or what other people have done in the past, or even individually yourself, what you've done in the past. You just get motivated how strong you are. But my motivation is different. My motivation is that my dad is my biggest motivator. That man can never ever be satisfied. I won world, right? I'd be probably one of the best powerlifters that ever lived. When he watched it, when he finished, he said to me, but you only total 845. I was like, Dad, that is the world record. He was like, yeah, but the 93 got 895. Why can't you get close to that? So to me, he's been my motivator. You know what I mean? Everything I do is almost like, oh yeah, with that, we expect 10, 15 kilo more than this. That's why me and him don't even talk about powerlifting. But at the same time as well, it tells me, oh, you shouldn't be lifting that much weight. You're too old for this. You should retire. It's too much. But then again, when I win or I'm on a live stream, he goes like, oh yeah, see, that's my name there on the TV. That's my name on the screen. It's not even about me. It's about him. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, to me, I think the motivation for me is always make sure I get on that platform to give my father that honor, right? Having that Kengamu surname on a live stream on this or on Eurosport or whatever. I think to him that's bigger than anything, especially if everything is done for me. At least that's a little I can pay him back, giving me that honor. So to me, that's my motivation. To be honest, my motivation is not about what my competition do or what people have said. Again, at the same time, more we've said this many times. I know people hate this when I say this. I'm 36 years old. If I'm motivated by what these young people are doing out there, then what's the point? Do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna kill myself. you know? So so
Cute Agatha who's still 21.
exactly. So do you know what I mean? And I can't because these young people like you and I know the young lads are making so much progress in a small amount of time. We spoke about it today. But if you're motivated on what they're doing, you will just die. You know what I mean? So what about yourself, Mo? What's your motivation then?
What's my motivation?
Yeah.
I'm a gym head, honestly. That's as simple as it is. I like getting a bump. I like training. Powerlifting just happens to be where I can compete with training. So I enjoy that really. I like whether it was powerlifting or whether it was bodybuilding or whether it was strongman. Probably not strongman. There's too much running around. But I'll probably say I just enjoy training in general. My second question, Agatha, was now it's take you back. This is taking you back a while. 2021 Sweden, right? You totaled 500.5
Oh,
kilos on that day. One squat, two bench, missed your opener deadlift. Right? Doesn't sound like a great
I
day.
I forgot about that missed deadlift.
We always
So
gonna
the thing
remind you,
is,
don't worry.
the thing is, first of all, I was self-coached at that time, so probably not the best conditions, and I got sick at 10 days out. I got like some stomach flu, so I basically just threw up all night long. I lost a lot of weight. I couldn't eat for 5 days, so I couldn't train for 5 days. So I went back to my routine at like 5 days out. I did kind of regain the weight, but it was more of like water weight and stuff. And I missed some of my most important sessions of that picking block, and that's probably why, because I think training went a little bit better than what I showed on the platform. But yeah, shit happens.
Got it. So I was gonna lead into, right, because obviously you went from that 6 for 9 day almost 6 for 9 day 500.5 to a massive performance at your Polish nationals.
Yeah.
So what was the change? And I feel like we've asked this, but I can't remember well. What changed during that period? You went from a 500.5 kilo total to a 564.5. So you were angry, right? That progress is insane. So what was the math? What was the leading factor in that progress?
I started doing SBD 6 times a week at,
Enough.
at the beginning of 2022.
Wow.
And
Okay then.
I added 64 kilos to my total in like 3 months. I also went into that national meet not really going for any specific numbers, but more going to hit attempts and just go for something I was sure I would hit. And I actually realized that I was going for the open total world record when I put my third deadlift attempt in. Because I was not focusing on that at all. And it was pretty much a 9 for 9 day because I only missed my second deadlift because I wobbled on top. And then I loaded more for my third and got it. So I count this as a 9 for 9.
Fair
That is
enough then.
crazy. I mean, let me just put it in context here for those that are listening to us. What Mo spoke about in 2021 when he hit a 500.5, as a junior. Since that meet until now, you've done 20 powerlifting competition.
Yeah.
20. How
Yeah.
did you handle that? 20.
Honestly, I didn't know. I probably shouldn't be competing this often.
Because so basically, full of context. It's been 3 years. Within 3 years, you've done 20 comp, which is average, 6 or 7? Let's just say 7 a
She's done
year.
7 already this year so far. She's done 7.
How do you do this?
So some of them are national comps where I will do one attempt per each lift, total like 500 and go home, just because I have to be there. And outside of that, I don't know. I'm used to competing this often. It's like
If you're SPDing 6 times a week, you might as well just sign up for a competition.
I
why
mean,
not?
I'm not gonna, I really not a joke. The 20 comps I've seen here, I have not seen a one lift comp, apart from bench, apart from
The
equipped.
Polish national was a one lift comp. It was 175, 140, 200.
Yeah, that was was it that in 2024?
Yes,
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
that's the only, and that's the
no, there
only
was
one.
another one. There was
What,
another one in 2023.
2023? There's no one lift
It
comp.
might not be on open powerlifting.
Oh, so you've even competed more times.
Do you know what I mean? No, I'm looking at here literally like I'm thinking like, what the fuck? You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Yeah,
days.
the Euro muscles, yeah, that's bench only. Do you know
Double
what I
up.
mean?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like, yo, do you know what I mean? How do
Also,
you recover?
how do you handle yourself for this meet? Because one thing I found very surprising was I saw your Arnolds and you were just there by yourself, solo, one-man army. You're just ready to destroy. And
And you won
everyone
it.
comes with a coach, their handler. Agata's just there, bench. Yep, good, go. How do you do it?
I don't know. It's just handling yourself when you're not in a big, tight competition isn't hard. You just gotta put your attempts in. That's it. There's usually people warming up with me on the same platform, so their handlers will help me load the weight and like give me lift offs and all. And then you just put attempts that you know you're gonna hit. I'm usually on Messenger talking to my coach, to my boyfriend, and we're like just deciding on what attempts I should put in. So I don't do that by myself, and like
But
it's not the best
with
experience, but it's doable.
that's why you bombed out the crypt, the Arnold this year. Is because you was alone.
No, I actually had some of like our national team people, so our head coach and a few other people.
Oh.
I bumped out because I only did 2 equipped bench sessions before that meet, so it wasn't the best idea.
Oh my
Oh
days, yeah.
Lord. I think what
I only bumped out because the head judge gave the rack comment too early on my third attempt.
I
I would
think I
have gotten that
remember
one.
this because
Yeah.
it was 190, then you went up, and then I think I can't remember if it was you were struggling to touch it or just a misgroove thing.
No, so like I got the touch and I started pressing, and I think I locked one of my elbows, and I was still pressing with my other elbow, and the bar was going up, but the judge just gave rack comment and they took it from me, so I just couldn't finish. Yeah,
that's like
feel
3,000
salty
pounds.
about that.
3,000 euros gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely
No,
should feel
I
that's
wouldn't have won it with that third attempt. I think I would have gotten third.
oh, okay. Okay. I
Still
mean, again,
1,000
right?
euro.
Mm.
Because powerlifting become your living now in terms of your main source of income since you decided to quit school, right?
Also, what were you studying? Sorry, I keep on into.
Applied mathematics, I think.
Maths.
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
it's a genius right there. You know what I mean? It's not just like someone is studying something like geography or something. You know? So, I mean, let me ask this. How did your parents perceive it? How did they receive the news when you told them, I'm giving up university because I want to become a powerlifter?
I mean, probably a little bit disappointed, but they didn't talk too much. I also got a forklift certificate, forklift driver certificate. So just in case I didn't make enough money from powerlifting, I could just find an easy job. Yeah. So
But again, I'm sure when you won that Sheffield check, you probably went to mom and said, Mom, see, I told you, see what I'm getting. You know what I mean? Because you pretty much like, well, you won, you broke a couple records. You broke the bench, you broke the deadlift, am I
Total.
right? Deadlift total, that's 15 grand, and plus the 25. Oh my God.
and make it times 5,
Oh, hold on, make it times five.
because that's how
Conversion
much it
rate.
is in Polish currency.
That's two
And
two
also,
hundred.
we've been to Poland, the food there is cheap. So I know you were having steak.
It's cheap for you. It's not cheap for us.
Oh, fair enough. Then. Okay,
Okay,
fair enough.
but okay, it's cheap for us, it's not cheap for you. But when you get 200,000 Polish, whatever the currency is, right? That's the lot. That's more than a yearly wage for someone.
Yeah.
I'll just go
And
to the
then,
butchers. I'll just be like, give me your finest everything.
but butchers, you literally said to the butcher, look, I think I need one cow, one full cow.
It's like a third of what I need to buy an apartment, so I just need to wait Sheffield 2 times
Again,
more.
and then that's it.
Oh,
Wow.
Then
days.
I can retire.
Wow. And but that word to me, look, I never had the time to say this properly. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah,
You know, it
that's
worked
massive.
because there's not many powerlifters out there in the world that will say I will become a full-time powerlifters and actually make it real. People become full-time powerlifters, but they have got side hustles like their coaches and like the lack of Russ has got social media is bringing the bread in, and of course all these contracts he's getting with supplement. But when I look at you as Agatha, you're no massive into social media. You know, you're no massive into your sponsors. Probably you tell me, oh yeah, only SPD that sponsor me. You know what I mean?
Well, you got Hansu Power. Didn't they send you like a bar or something? Or no?
No,
No,
No.
that's
it
Evie.
Okay, I
wasn't
got.
me.
That's Evie. That's Evie
Ah,
that got a Hansu
there,
bar.
there are too
Yeah.
many goats. I'm just losing track of who's who
Yeah.
now.
That's Evie that got the answer. And I think he's a
Okay.
what's his name? Ashton that's sponsored by them
Ah,
and
okay,
then
fair enough then.
Mendes. So yeah, I mean I'm saying like there's not many that can focus their life around powerlifting and make a living out of it, but you've done it. So
Yeah,
what advice would you give those people that are still struggling like Mo and myself to make a living out of powerlifting?
move to Poland. Because
Fair
like I
enough.
think it's only possible because every time I compete at an international meet and I get the prize, it's 4 or 5 times the amount for me in my currency. So you don't get 5K, you get 20K. That's
Wow.
enough to live for a few months, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Because us, even if you win Sheffield, yes, it's a lot of money. But believe me, that's not even enough to put a deposit of an apartment.
Yeah.
That's for
Especially where
London.
I live.
That's
That's
for
where I
London.
live.
London is a different place. London isn't real. Let's just ignore London.
you know,
Right? There's everyone else lives normal lives.
you know, because like again, like mortgages where I live, we're talking about. I mean, now the prices now would be between £2,000 to £4,000 a month.
Yeah, that's London.
To be
Yeah.
fair, where I live, which is Wrocław, which is probably one of the most expensive towns to live in Poland, I would probably need a little bit more for an apartment, and the prices are going up all the time. So
Hurry
in
up.
2 3 years, it's probably gonna be much more. Like I've
Yeah,
seen apartments that cost like a million Polish zloty, so that's a lot.
Wow.
yeah, that's a lot.
So
That's a lot.
a quick question, because I know a few European countries support their athletes. Is the Polish I know you're close with the Polish mayor for your city? No?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
kinda.
because I remember when we came for the whole EPF, he came, he presented your plaque and everything. Do you receive any national or local support for your powerlifting?
Yeah, so I do from my hometown. I get like a monthly scholarship. It's not a lot, but it's always something. And I also get some money prizes for my achievements by the end of every year. So there's that. I also got some government prize for winning the World Games. So there was that. There is a little bit here and there.
That's
I
good
mean
then.
that's still support. You know what I mean? The reality is that's why it's not just about the bonuses or the money that you're winning, but you can at least fund your coaching. You can fund a little bit of your supplement with that and all of that. It can help. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Every little
yeah,
bit helps because one of the things that as much as that powerlifting is one of the easiest sports to get into, but at the same time is becoming one of the most expensive out there. It's easy
yeah.
to get into powerlifting.
Especially with Worlds being in Saudi Arabia in 2026.
You know what I mean? Thank you, God, SPD. Please keep us on the books. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, it's again that theory I'm saying. Some people are cost like the British team. We are pretty much fortunate when we have got big brands like SPD helping us when we're traveling and all of that. But people that don't have that support is pretty expensive. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean, if you end up having a coach in America, and these guys charge like what
Do
two
fifty
fifty to
dollars.
$350 a month. Do you know what I mean? A student or someone that live with their mom and dad, that's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So it becoming a very expensive sport, and we're talking about that's just what programming, and then there's nutrition, and then there's like physio. There's a sports massage you need to get. And some people need to get probably a sports therapist. So that's a lot of money. you know. So yeah, my question leading to that is because again, you've won so much in terms of like the sports. You're making money out of the sport. So where do you think they stop is for Agata in terms of like when is Agata retiring, or yeah, is it Agata gonna carry on doing this until the wheels falls off, or is it something you have got a plan for you to stop and move to something else?
well, I want to compete for as long as possible, probably as long as I'm competitive, and then I will probably still compete, but more for fun. But I'm not planning this far into the future. I just live in the moment.
True. Have you ever considered becoming a coach, or if you are you already a coach?
No, I'm not. I probably will at one point. But yeah, that's the far into the future, I think.
Because with me, I always say I believe this is just again me again broken record. I believe it doesn't necessarily mean you're you're good at lifter or you want to be a better coach. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some of the best coach out there, they can't even squat 75 kilos.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm sure most coach can't even squat half of what most squat.
I mean, my coach is benching less than me, so
Oh,
I mean,
really?
see,
My donut friend. That's impossible. I thought he had a good
he
bench.
he used to be very strong, but then he tore a pec, he tore here
Ah,
something, there something,
okay.
and now he's
yeah.
just working all the time and doesn't even have time to lift. So
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, do you again? My question leading to that, do you believe that you being a greater lifter as you are, do you? Okay, let me reverse this. Do you think you're gonna be a better coach
if
or a
I
good coach?
like if I put time and effort into it and learn things, then yes. But yeah, I don't think that if you're strong, you're gonna be a great coach. And it's kind of annoying when people like ask me for advice, like technical advice or training advice, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a coach. My coach takes care of those things. I don't know. I can help you.
100%. You. I
Yeah,
mean,
with
I'm.
with
I'm.
the with the applied mathematics brain, she probably could run numbers if she wanted to. So I think she'll be
True.
fine. But
True.
really, it's about learning because obviously, as a lifter, it's very funny because obviously, I get to you watch anime.
Yep.
Yes, so you have the classic, very strong anime character who's just powerful, but they don't know how to teach anything. They just go punch and punch harder. Yeah, and it should work. Right. But obviously, and you'll probably be the same. You'll be like, squat, just try harder and squat more. In fact, squat 6 times a week and see what happens. Um,
I mean, to me, right, like, exactly. That's what probably like when we talk, we probably in that same way wavelength because I I intend to when I get the exact same thing. People say, "Oh yeah, I'm struggling with my deadlift, and I've seen your deadlift shoot up. Do you think there's any tips you can give me?" I was like, I have no idea. All I know is I used to deadlift 3 to 4 times a week, and they told me to start doing it twice. That's it. You know what I mean? And I can't tell you anything. In terms of technique, I'm still learning how to sumo. My sumo is still terrible. Do you know what I mean? It's still terrible because I used to be a conventional and I switched to sumo and I still get haters out there. By the way, you're listening, you hater motherfuckers. I still get them telling me like, oh yeah, your sumo is terrible. Yeah, because
I
it got
don't
into my
think
head.
so. It looks
People say,
nice.
I
it
mean,
looks
they tell me
nice.
it's
It does
terrible,
look
and
nice.
this is literally why like, what's the word? I'm still putting so much effort into my sumo now because I'm thinking like, oh man, I need to fix this shit. Even if I'm pulling like 320, 330, 340, 350s, but I'm still thinking, oh my god, more work needs to be done on this. So when someone asks me a question, I was like, go and ask Christian. I have no idea. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I really believe not every single good lifter can be a better coach. I really believe that. I really believe that. But that's just me. But again, in terms of like, of course, what has happened? You done the Euro Master show that you did. I've seen you advertising the Girls Power. I don't even want to ask this because you're just gonna say yes. Are you doing Girls Power?
Yeah.
Right. That's just,
Let's
are you
just say,
doing
right? Just look at the calendar and just go, okay, I get a yes, 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 yes.
So why didn't you do World Juniors?
Oh, yes, I thought you were going to do Junior Worlds 84.
Like I just do meets that have money prizes
Fair
or
enough.
that I want to do because the level is high, like open worlds. And junior worlds wouldn't give me money and it wouldn't give me any competition. So what's the point of doing that?
I,
True.
I actually feel, as an 84, I apologize on behalf of Agata because that was brutal.
That was
I mean, I'm sorry.
brutal. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
She basically said, I scanned through the name list. My openers win. They're not going to pay me. So I'm not coming.
I mean, I didn't even consider doing that meet. So
Wow. That's wild. So as an
Oh
84,
my
like
days.
you're in 84, I guess you're just looking at the big fish here, which is Amanda Lawrence. You're not even thinking about other competition in 84, are you?
I mean, now I'm cutting to the 69. So I don't even
I'm
have
saying no, I'm
like
saying like when you go to the 84, when the time come for you to push, is this something that you're gonna be looking around that 84 class and see, oh, there will be competition, or is just you're straight looking at Amanda?
I mean, she's the one to beat in the 81st, so that's what I'm looking at, right?
Well, I mean, Ziana and Erlof,
But
you better
it's
get strong.
really, it's kind of hard to predict what will happen in 2 years because really
A long
we don't
time.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a long time that
Yeah, but
we just
with you it's easy for us to predict. Believe me, when you're cutting down to 69, totaling 600 kilos, and now you're going back to total 630, how can you tell me I can't predict you as an 84 what you can you total? Come on. Do you mean, even if I'm not good at maths, as you said earlier, this is the easy one.
Well, it's always an interesting one because I know Agata, you can probably relate since you're so technical focused. As you go up in body weight, do you find your deadlift changes?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. She's just strong. Let's
She's
just
just,
carry
I
on.
mean, she's just strong because if you look at her numbers, right? If you look at her deadlift, he has no change. She's gone up and down. The deadlifts is still around the same numbers. You know what I mean?
Mm.
At Sheffield, she's gone to 69 and hit like what? 248. You know? And at World, what did you hit? 250.
250,
You know?
252.5 at your
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So to me, like her deadlift is not changing. It's only the people like
Mm.
Christian that is putting on so much weight and is suffering with leverage fix. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Agatha, because Agatha is proving people that adding weight or losing weight does not affect your deadlift. I
Or
know
bench.
you tell me otherwise. Or bench.
or bench. That's interesting. Yeah.
That's actually crazy to me that the world record in those three weight classes that I hold is pretty much the same in three different weight classes. Like people always say that bench gets the most affected by body weight fluctuations, and I'm like, where are
Mhm.
my gains?
So you
And
have
I'm here weighing myself saying I lost 1 kilo. That's why my bench is going terrible. So basically, I just need to stop lying to myself.
Yeah.
no excuse. No excuse because like I mean you have got a world record in 69, of course 76 and 84. Oh man. You just ruined those weight classes, isn't it? They would have to reset this world
You must
record.
have, surely you must have the most current world records right now in terms of squat, or not squat, but maybe
Bench.
squat one day. But in terms of benching 3 weight classes, deadlifting 1 weight class, total record
No,
in 2 weight classes.
yeah.
That's how many are we? That's like 4, 5.
I mean, in the
Yeah.
open, if you put in the hard, because she's still a
Oh,
junior.
if you put the juniors also, wow.
Do you know what I mean? Because in the 84, she doesn't not just have the bench. She has go the deadlift, I think.
No,
The
84
I
juniors.
think
juniors.
that's yeah.
Oh, that would be Erlov.
Errol,
Erlov is
yeah,
still a junior.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Erlof
Yeah,
still a
Erlov is
junior.
still a
Yeah,
junior.
Erlof. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, Erlof has saved us. Thank you very much, Erlof.
You must
Otherwise,
be
this.
IPF Hall of Fame. Are you not Hall of Famer in the IPF or
no,
equipped?
What about Euros?
I'm
You're
not.
too young to be honest with you. So yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
fair.
mean, how do you quantify all of fame, bro? Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
I don't.
I'm sorry. They have to put on the
Yeah,
IPF Hall of Fame.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I know you're
that's
young, you're
crazy.
21, but what you've done is just like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Anyway, this podcast just like every time I do a podcast with you, like, yeah, I can't stop talking because you just fucking blow my mind up with what you do. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my days.
Oh, crazy. So what's the plan for Euro? Is it what muscle power, girls
Girl
power?
power.
What's the plan?
All of them are merged into one.
I know.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Do one comp,
Oh.
get all the money, go home.
It's true. What's the plan for the girls' power?
Oh my days.
I don't know. Let's see, because like I did that whole deadlift bar thing, which went terrible, and I like tweaked my back pretty much 4 or 5 times in the span of one block. So my squat and deadlift at the moment they suck, and I'm so fucking mad about all the squat and deadlift progress that I've missed on because I wanted to pull a little bit more on the wobbly bar and I didn't even get it. So I'm
hold on.
not thinking
Did
about
did you
squats and
load
deadlifts.
did you load 265 or 260?
261, just to out deadlift someone. But yeah, I didn't get it. But the thing
So
is, it was a shit day because 250 moved like shit, and I did that 250 for free the other day, and I feel like if I maxed out on that day, I would have gotten more because just I don't know, just everything felt like shit, and I'm mad. I'm mad that I did this. But anyways, but for bench, so the goal for this block is to hit a 160 kilo double. And if I do this, then I'm gonna put 160 as my opener. Yeah.
hold on, Mo.
Jurins, what was your top set on bench this week? What was your top set?
Today, 67.
Yes, 67. Oh, you're
Yeah.
saved. You're saved.
Oh, trust me, I made sure Christian saved me because this girl can't be embarrassing me here. I knew I was having her today on the podcast. I literally said to Christian, "Can you add another 7.5 kilo on that?"
That's
You know,
crazy.
so basically, God. So what you planning is 160 for a double this block, and then you want to open 160 at girls power.
I don't know if my coach will approve of this.
Yes,
He's coming with me.
yeah, I hope your coach
Your coach
doesn't.
is lifting, going, Agata, what is this information you're saying?
No, I hope your coach doesn't because girls power you need to win money. Start with 155 and then go from there.
That would be fun though.
No, because you need to win money. Please.
You're telling me I need money. I already won enough at Sheffield. I
Oh,
can just go
Jesus.
160 for my opener.
Wait, can I just say something, right? I just realized. So Agata is trying to do a double right now in 2 years' time because she already done it. She holds the 69 junior world record, the 76 junior record, and the 84 junior world record. She holds the open 69 junior world record, the open 76 world record, and now she wants to go for the open 84 world record.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
As a junior 69, 76, and 84, I'll just stop powerlifting. And I'll just go, let's go 84 plus.
I won't be a junior in 2 years.
But your records will still be there.
But
who's gonna break those records?
But I won't hit the 84 record as a junior.
No, but you're gonna get it as an open.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they should put you in the Hall of Fame. If they don't, then yeah, I will probably start the petition myself. I mean, just ridiculous. But I mean, yeah, the Euro because you talk about tweak to your back there in the squat. So how is it going now? Is it all right now? Are you feeling the power back, or are you feeling you still on the shelf? Because now I'm start worrying about that 635. We're talking about Sheffield here.
There was this short period of time when my squat was going so well and so much progress. But yeah, I feel like because of the switch to the deadlift bar, my back just couldn't recover. Like it was too much fatigue because of the weight increase and because of the wobble on top. So my training for the past few weeks for squats and deadlifts was pretty irregular. And there was this incident on this Friday, that I was going for 215 and something just popped in my back and I pretty much could barely walk because of the pain, because it hurt so much. And I was so fucking worried. I was like, okay, this time it's for real. I won't be able to squat or deadlift for 1 or 2 weeks. I'm done. It's so over. Oh no. But I was able to squat and deadlift today, so it's all right.
How much did you squat?
You're the happiest
Not a
person I've
lot.
ever seen get injured. Like, I've never seen someone get injured and just laugh about it.
So hold on.
That's
We got
because I didn't get really injured, turns out.
We got Sheffield coming, and you popped your back. You're in pain, and you're laughing, and you're still thinking you're gonna total 630.
Oh my days.
Why not? Why not?
Fair enough.
I just wish everyone out there had the genes and they were like you. Powerlifting
I think
would
it's
be in a
also the
better place.
mentality also. Because
Yeah.
do you feel like you ever get pressured in a situation? Like when you look at powerlifting, when you look at your goals, when you look at upcoming competitions, do you enjoy the competing? Do you enjoy the training? Do you enjoy the chasing? Or do you ever have moments where you feel like you're pressured, you need to perform, you're unhappy with the progress you're making? Like, how do you deal with that self-doubt that can creep up, especially when you're being so successful in powerlifting or something, and then you're in a place where you're injured, right? Because if you're thinking, I won this year, and now I can't squat 150, right? How do you deal with that in that moment? Because you seem very happy. I know a lot of people that will be like, I don't want to do a podcast right now. Like, I want to be in a cell, sleeping, trying to recover. But you seem very happy. You seem very excited for the future. So how do you find your mentality when dealing with that is?
I think last time I felt stressed or like pressure before competing was before the 2022 Worlds, going against Jess for the first time, because it was a very high battle and because I was so new to this and I didn't know what to expect from myself. I just started working with my coach, but he didn't fully coach me at that time, and I was prepping for Worlds and World Games at the same time. But I usually just enjoy competitions. I'm not that type of person to get stressed about it. It was the same at school before exams. I would never be really stressed because of that. Because to me, there's just no point in stressing about something in the moment. Like it won't change anything. I can't gain strength now on the day. I've already done everything I could have done to be the strongest that I can be today. And now I'm just gonna enjoy the competition, and what I hit, and it's really just what my body is ready for. So what's the point of being stressed or, you know, mad or anything? It won't change anything.
I think that's the mind, isn't it? That's the mindset. That's it. That's not even an elite mindset. That's an alien mindset. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody else, they have at least something they're worried about, or even now and then. But this is what makes you different from the rest. Do you know what I mean? Because all the ladies out there we talk to, they have got some sort of pressure. There's another person that probably um have the exact mindset as you. It's Brittany, from the Canadian
Yeah.
girl. When you speak to her, she has the pressure of powerlifting in terms of like the expectations of winning. But in terms, as soon as she start competing, it's just lifting weight.
Yeah.
If I miss, so what?
The only time I'm stressed before competitions, it's like a little bit of stress anticipation that I can feel in my body, is when I grab my bags and we start heading to the venue for the weigh-ins. That's when I'm like, but as soon as we get to the venue and I get through the process of weigh-ins, I start warming up. It's just like I'm in another zone. I'm just lifting, just hyping myself up, listening to music, and
Does
yeah.
he? Last two questions for me. Um, First is, how do you, in terms of your success, right? There's some people where, me personally, when I achieve a success, I'm almost scared to step on the platform because I know what my potential is huge. And it's almost, I'm scared like, if I go on that platform, I'm gonna do a madness. But then again, the next comp I have to top that one up. It means training will get harder. You know what I mean? So I literally think about all of those things and I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, that would be so much hard now. It's almost like my own success become scary to
Your
myself.
burden. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, if I'm going to score 310 and bench like 185 and a deadlift of whatever, especially like World, when I was talking to Christian, there's a message before going to World. Christian was saying, no, 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 no. Your top hand, you should not be thinking about 340, 345 deadlift. You should be thinking about 350, 360 plus right now. I was just like, no, bro, you're smoking weed. It's not happening. Do you know what I mean? Because even though he's a coach, he can tell where the top end is. But in my head, I was thinking, if I go to World and lift 350 or 360, so that means the next goal I have to pull 370. How the fuck am I gonna do that? So that means I'm gonna have to train harder. So the training I'm doing now is even harder. So I have to even to train harder. Do you know what I mean? So do you does that something that affect you, or do you thrive from your own success?
Do you really have to train harder? You just have to keep doing the same thing that gave you results before. You just load more weight on the bar, but you're more used to that weight, so it feels the same as less weight before. So you just keep doing the same thing, right?
I'm trying with 200 kilos. It's not working.
You've been bench press.
Yeah, I'm
I saw
trying.
you.
It's not
I saw you
working.
I saw you today. You almost died with like 170 or
I
175.
almost started 170. I don't know what's going on. I get the idea. Makes sense, but it's just not working for me.
I mean, you yeah, it's a bit harder when you start hitting plateaus, then you have to look for something else.
Yeah,
But that's not my part of the job. That's my coach's part of the
coach is
job,
part
and
of
I
the
just
job.
True.
Yeah,
do I just do the program, right?
So
fair
that's what I
enough.
mean.
There.
That's what I mean. For those that are paid, that's what they paid for. Do you know what I mean? So you're paid to find solutions when the problems are. Do you ever hit your comp, your previous comp numbers in training?
Yeah, I think I did that in the prep for Worlds. Usually my bench is a little bit lower,
Hmm.
or pretty much the same as I hit on the platform.
Okay. So
Deadlifts are usually the lowest in training, and I put the most on the platform compared to
yeah,
training. So.
yeah, I'm start learning that now. But anyway, so in terms of Sheffield is coming, what message do you have to all the ladies coming to Sheffield? Because you already say Agatha is coming for 6:30, 6:35. What message do you have to the rest? Because to me, if I hear that as a lady, if I hear that, I might just go and get my SPD package and go home.
Mm, you can do that. Please let me win again. I want to win Sheffield again.
Oh man, this is crazy. I mean, I was talking to a particular female that's going to Sheffield. When I said Agatha gonna do a madness again, she goes like, "I believe that." I literally believe that. So it's like it's become almost like a storyline, and especially what Evie did about dropping weight class and winning Sheffield. Now it become, oh, you're gonna do an Evie again, dropping weight and go and win. But if you go and do that twice in a row, I think we should change that to doing an Evie again, then become doing an Agatha again. Do you know what I mean? Drop weight class, win, go up, win world, drop weight class again and win. Do you know what I mean? So is that
I feel
is that
like
gone?
more people could be able to do what I'm doing, but no one's this committed to like cutting weight and gaining weight. There probably are people who could do that, but they just don't want to.
So I mean, I know I said it was my last question, but if you win Sheffield as a 69 again, you do world as a 69, the world games probably will be as a 84, right?
No, bro, it's like 2 months apart.
76. Yeah, it'll be 70,
76.
69,
76.
I
76
think
together.
I think I'll
Okay.
stay as a 69 for the World Games because I don't want to bump the 76 kilo world record up, and this way I could probably add maybe a little bit more to the 69 kilo world record before leaving that weight class for good, and then I start bulking, do Sheffield as a 76 and Worlds as an 84. That's the general plan.
Jesus Christ. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a different life, Jurins. You can't understand it.
yeah.
I was listening to the conversation and I heard I'm gonna save this world record for this other world record. So my brain just switched off because I didn't know what was going on.
Oh my, I can't. More any other question from your side?
I forgot my question. Honestly, after I had one world record for another one, I forgot the
So
question.
yeah, let me just go back to that back injury and
Yeah,
why I'm so happy and laughing about it. And it's
please do.
because I thought I was done for real this time because I just couldn't. Every single little move hurt. I couldn't sit without pain, lay down without pain, and all of that on Friday. But then I woke up on Saturday and it was much better. Like, still some pain there, but not with every move. And then on Sunday, it was even less pain. And I also got some sports massage from a friend, did a lot of steps, and I woke up today, and there's still some pain if I really try, but I could squat and deadlift pain free. So, like, it's not an injury. I'm already recovered.
How much did you deadlift?
Only 200 because I loaded to 10 and I
Hold on, hold
didn't
on, hold
even.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Thank
You
you very much.
you felt like that on Friday, on Saturday, and when you said to me you did not deadlift much, it's 200 kilos.
I mean, not a lot compared to what I usually do on a Monday training day.
I think, right, the next ladies I get from the Sheffield series, I think I'm gonna invite you to just come in and make them feel so bad. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna have to start doing this.
I
You know what I mean?
probably wouldn't be confident enough. I'd be just sitting there silent, to be honest.
You know what I mean? You know,
Oh my
because you know
days.
when they will be talking about how tough
But when you
training
think
is going
when you think
or
about it,
how
she's doing
good.
6 days a week SPD. So really, I feel like after Friday, her body just went, we're messed up right now, but we have SPD tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
tomorrow.
I
there's no
didn't.
time
I
for
actually
this.
missed my Saturday squat and deadlift. So that was that.
Jesus
There you
Christ.
go.
Do you normally get a deload or you don't?
No, my deload is just the first week of the next block, and it's like very light first week. So,
Wow.
RPE 6 and below stuff.
Wow.
And that's my
Wow.
deload.
I mean, I exhaust all my questions. I exhaust all my
I
thoughts.
had
Do you know
one
what I mean?
simple question, Agatha.
Go on, mate.
What's your bulking routine? Because I think people be interested in that. What do you do to bulk up or weight loss?
Just eat more. I mean,
Do you have any specific foods you like to eat when you're bulking?
it's pretty similar to what I eat when cutting, but just more of it. I don't eat potatoes when bulking because they're like pretty voluminous. That's my favorite cutting food. But outside of that, it's pretty similar. So yeah.
Wow. Agata, thank you very much for coming and talking to us as always. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. And to those who are listening to us, guys, the highlight I'll summarize for you. Agata has got multiple world records, multiple world title as a junior. She has got her first senior one this year as a 76. She won Sheffield as a 69, and then she's going back to Sheffield as a 69 to hopefully hit 630 to 635 kilo total, which will give her about 130 GL point. At the moment, she's sitting at the top as the best female lifter we ever had in terms of GL point, and she wanted to push that by 6 point. So I'm a 6 or 7 point. So yeah, good luck to anyone else who will be chasing that in the future. On that note, guys, I'm out of words, and then literally exhausted my energy, and yeah,
Congratulations.
speak soon. Congrats,
It's always a
Agatha.
pleasure.